All right, everybody, welcome back to the NBHL Commish Chat Podcast. I'm NBHL Commissioner Anthony Sanrocco, joined by Gianni Sanrocco, TJ Janus, as we take you through the NBHL Championships in Tier 1 Elite Weekend. Holy shit.
Yeah, wow. What a week.
Unreal action.
So if you're listening to this, we recorded this on September 10th, so we're just assuming it went great.
Yeah, it was a great event.
Congrats to the
7-1-6ers.
on winning it all.
Oh, wait, you forgot the women's elite winner, the
Orcas.
yeah.
They played really well.
The
Orcas.
did an amazing job. I couldn't believe
Heidi Niskanen.
scored that goal.
Yeah.
Oh, what about that save that
The goalie.
made?
Oh my God. We'll never forget it.
Unreal save. Sucks we missed the footage.
So yeah, we don't know what happened in Tier 1 or Elite, but you know,
We're back from
hopefully it goes well.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
That's
but so we're probably, if you're listening to this, we are probably setting up the GT rinks, exhausted, trying to find, I guess, the best nap area at the rink as we set up the banners, hopefully in beautiful sunny weather.
Yeah.
But so this episode's the Tier 2, Tier 3, the women's preview for the NBHL Championships. Full breakdown of the rules is a couple episodes back where we go through all the intricacies of, you know, roster changes and scheduling and all that sort of stuff. So if you're looking for that, a couple episodes back. This one, we're just going to go through the teams, talk about their path a little bit and how they got to this tournament. So quick rule things is this tournament is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We start Friday night. We're all day Saturday. Championship starts Sunday at 3, 4, 5, back to back to back. And last year, there was a lot of rain.
It was wet.
It was not something I like to talk about.
There literally hasn't been a weekend like it since.
No. So please. I mean, at this point, by the time this podcast is out, we're going to know what the weather is. So we could be completely jinxing ourselves. I don't know. Just if we are, don't blame us. We have no control. Blame Stribe. If you're blaming anyone, blame Stribe. But
yeah, that's fair.
so we'll get right into Tier 2. So this will be the fourth year we've had a Tier 2 champion at now the NBHL Championships, the past 3 years, the Mila Cup. So 2021, we saw the Mays Landing Mojo from South Jersey Tier 2 beat the Orange County Wolves from California Tier 2 2-0. 2022, we saw the South Coast Chargers from New England Tier 2 beat the Maple Shade Chiefs from South Jersey Tier 2 2-1 in overtime. And then last year, we saw Long Island Sound from North Jersey Tier 2 beat the Bay Area Bashers 2-1 in overtime from obviously Bay Area, California Tier 2. So Mojo, Charger, Sound, 3 straight winners. This year we will have a new one because none of those teams are playing in the tournament this year.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll get right into it. Buffalo wear it. Third time here. Haven't won yet.
Yeah, tough record to overcome, but
For the entire Buffalo division. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Tier
no,
2.
the Reapers won a game last year.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 1 for, what, 3, 6, 9?
Yeah. I mean, Ware played 4 last year. I'm like Ware's 0-8. I see them post about on Facebook all the time.
It's a thing to boast about.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always like mocking themselves for not having won a game yet. It's pretty funny. So maybe this is the year they won the championship because they went 8-2 in the regular season. Both their losses were to the Irish. They got to the finals. They beat them 2-0. So
well, they overcame that demon. Maybe they can overcome this one.
let's see it where let's see something here.
Yeah.
And they beat Niagara Fighting Irish. So this year's the first year we've ever had a Canadian team play in Tier 2 at the NBHL Championships. One being Niagara Fighting Irish, who were the runner-up in Buffalo Tier 2. Other one's Vancouver Viper Kings, who came from California Tier 2. This Fighting Irish team, they went undefeated in the regular season. Viper Kings, they played in California Tier 2. They went 6-2. They won their finals in OT versus the Bruins. They beat the defending runner-up Bay Area Bashers in the semifinals, and those games were ridiculous.
Yeah, they were insane. We live streamed those ones. Yeah, it was quite hectic towards the end.
Yeah, and then Carolina Tier 3, the Raleigh Squall, they won. I'm sorry, Carolina Tier 2, the Raleigh Squall. They won Tier 3 NBHL championships last year. So this year they moved up to tier 2. We had that hybrid division type thing. So they're the first team ever that's come to the tier 2 NBHL championships that did not play a tier 2 team before getting here.
Wow. And well, the only team that's ever moved up from 3 to 2 to the NBHL championships, right?
Yeah.
Something to prove.
Yeah. I mean, unconventional path. The hybrid thing was obviously
Yeah.
pretty experimental this year. But they did what they had to do. They got their spot, and we'll see. I mean, they're a good squad. I know they were even missing a couple key guys last year. So my understanding is the full squad will be here this year.
Yeah,
So
I just remember them being big
Yeah.
and just like long, and they can, they know how to play hockey. So
Yep.
I'm sure they're going to be able to compete with all these teams.
They following in the Carolina tradition, bringing a party bus.
Ooh,
I don't know.
we didn't hear about a bus this year yet.
No.
We'll find out soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
When they roll up, I hope.
Yeah. I'll have to text my bus guy and see what the plan is.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So Chicago tier 2, we basically had the same team come to the mile.
Strive
Get
is
Strive out.
in the other room making so much noise.
Get out of here.
Strive, come say something into the mic here. Get over here. But hurry. Say hi to the people, Strive.
Hi, people.
Thanks, Strive.
All right. Great work, Strive.
See you in Buffalo.
I guess we can start again
Yeah.
now that Strive's had his moment.
All right.
Okay. So now that Strive has left us for the day, wonderful day here at the office with Striver. Chicago Snipers. So the past 3 years we've seen the South Side, our Chicago South Siders win twice, and then the South Side Rat Kings, which is a similar makeup, similar
Yeah.
group of friends that have won that the past 3 years. This year, the Snipers were the first team, not from that group, to win it. They went undefeated last year, played the Rats in the finals, lost. This year, they won game 1. It was a 1-goal game. I don't know if it was overtime. I know it was a 1-goal game. And then the second game, they won 7-1. So earned their spot this year.
Yeah. I mean, they've been itching to get in this tournament, I think, and I'm actually excited that they're here finally, and we'll get to see them against, the rest of the country.
Yeah, they'll be fun. They're a young group. No, they're short a few players. They had to use a couple call-ups, but even still, their core is very strong. So they'll be fun to have. And coming back is the Orlando Mutiny. So second straight year here. Last year, they lost to the Long Island Sound in the semifinals, so they almost went all the way. They went undefeated in the Florida Tier 2-3 hybrid division. They've been pretty dominant all season this year. They've got a hell of a squad.
Are we going to mention the Mutinies matchup that they get?
I think, yeah, we probably should, right?
The
The
Kill Course Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. So there's 15 teams in Tier 2, makes the schedule imbalanced. So we always have had the third place team play a fill-in game, and that third place team is the Sloss. And Nick Kilcourse is the Florida Tier 2 MVP. He's been the Mutiny's backbone the past 2 years. His brother, Chris Kilcourse, is on the South Jersey Sloss. So we've got a global matchup, some would say.
Global?
Yeah, Florida, New Jersey.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say like a brother matchup or something.
No, worldwide. Everyone's tuned in.
It's a coastal matchup, East Coast. The clash of the coastal killers.
Wow.
Jeez, that sounds good. We need a graphic for that. Get Stripe.
Yeah,
back in
Stripe.
there.
Someone call him back.
So that'll be a fun
That's
one
fun,
Friday. And then Mass Vengeance made it. Significantly less controversy got them here this year, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So their path was pretty incredible too. They faced the Mill City Warriors, who won Mass Tier 2 2 years ago in the first round of the playoffs, beat them. Played the Tropics the second round of the playoffs, who won it last year, beat them, and then they went to the finals and they lost. But they got there, so they got their spot.
Got their spot, yeah.
So only 2 teams from Mass Tier 2 this year.
I mean, hopefully we do not have a third team situation for quite a long time.
Yes, please. So the winner of Mass Tier 2, the Winchendon Norsemen, they're hot. They've been winning like exclusively over the past couple months. They went undefeated in the playoffs. They obviously beat the Vengeance in the finals. They're another team that's they got some vets. They've got some young kids. They've got this one guy, one kid, Malik Bork, who I've been told about by multiple people, is supposed to be like a stud. I'm, he should be one of the best players in the tournament from what I hear. So this Norseman team, they were the number 4 seed in Mass, and the Vengeance were number 6. So
Wow.
A lot of parity.
yeah,
A lot of parity.
pretty nice. So there'll be 2 teams that obviously no one is going to want to face, along with the next team, Long Island Ball Hockey Club. So in the finals, they played. I actually drove up for the game. They beat the Long Island Sound 3-game series. Game 3, I think they won 4-0. They just were running. They were just playing at a different level that game 3 that I was at.
A pretty sound victory, sounds like.
Ooh, that was rude.
That was rude.
But this is their 3rd time at the NBHL championships. They lost in the semis last year to the Bashers. The year before, they lost to the Maple Shade Chiefs. I guess we would call it the Elite 8, the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So
Lost to the eventual runners-up both times.
they have, yes. Yeah, so
Are they like one of the only core teams that has made it every year since being in the league?
in Tier 2,
Just
I mean,
like that has stayed together as a team.
7-1-6ers,
Yeah.
the Cold Snacks. They've made it every year.
Every year.
Well, they haven't made it every year. They made it the first year. They didn't exist the first year, right?
Who?
Long Island
That's
Ball
what I'm saying.
Hockey
That
Club.
they have existed.
They-
is
oh,
what
they
I'm
have
saying.
existed
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
And then Militia and Bantams in Pittsburgh too have both made it all 3 years. They've been in the finals all 3 years in Pittsburgh Tier 2.
Yeah. Okay. So no.
But yeah, so I guess we'll just skip to them. Butler Bantams, Northside Militia. So met in the finals for the 3rd straight season. Militia won the battle this year. They went undefeated throughout the entire season. And the Bantams, like last year, they won it all. I believe they were the 2 seed. This year, they went to the finals as the 6 seed. So them and Vengeance are both 6 seeds playing in this tournament, which is, I mean, I think the lowest seed we ever saw go to this
Mojo.
was the Mojo when
Yeah.
they won. It's the 7 seed. So the 7 seed from South Jersey Tier 2. when
That
they
was
won it.
nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, so Militia Bantams, 3rd straight final. And a little different story for the Bantams. Militia was pretty dominant all season. Earned their spot. They're the team nobody wants to face.
Yeah. Militia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a physical
some
team.
Big boys.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tough to play against, but they're good. They can play.
They play together a lot, too. There's a lot of chemistry on that team.
Yep. Yeah. Staying in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia Code Red. They beat the defending Philly Tier 2 champion, Phoenixville Purge, in the finals, 3-game series. Very hard-fought series. First time playing in the tournament. They're a kind of a team from all over the place that goes to Philly to play. Like they got people in Jersey and PA and I don't know where else, but
I think a DC transplant, yeah.
yeah, probably. But they're a very, very strong team. Like they don't really have a weakness, I'd say. They're just a good team.
It's elite GMing from Mitch, huh?
Yeah.
Both his teams or 3?
All 3.
I guess.
All 3.
Yeah.
'Cause Majestic
All
Majestic
three.
is the next team to talk about, which is, it depends on who you ask if that is
runs
a
it.
Mitch Styles affiliated team. I think most of that team would say it is not.
Okay.
If you ask Mitch, what would he say, G? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. They wouldn't even exist without him.
So Majestic, they lost to the Chiefs in the finals, Maple Shade Chiefs, and they've actually played in the Milet Cup before as like a fill-in team.
It's their 3rd appearance, if you count their history as the Night's Watch before this.
Right. Yeah, so some of these guys this will be their 3rd time playing, but their first time having a shot to win it all. So we'll see how they do. We do have the Majestic Code Red battle on Saturday, which will be
Ooh. One to watch.
yeah. That's another one. There's been some Facebook trash talking and in-person trash talking and
I believe it.
legitimate fist fights about. Not really though. And then the winner of South Jersey Tier 2, Maple Shade Chiefs. So this is their 3rd straight year. Last year they lost to Long Island in the quarterfinals. They lost in overtime to them. So Chiefs and Long Island have both eliminated each other at one point in this tournament. They went to the finals 2 years ago. They were up 1-0 late, gave up a goal late, lost in overtime to the Chargers. And they're, I mean, they were the best team in South Jersey Tier 2 all year. So,
But missing their MVP.
yes, Eric Bell
Really?
missing. Yeah,
He's got a bachelor party, apparently.
Okay.
yeah.
Thought it was Irish weekend.
Not this time.
No.
This-
But yeah, so we'll see what the Chiefs show up with. They'll be, I mean, their whole team is good, so they're going to be ridiculous. And then last but certainly not least in Tier 2 is the DC Armada. And it's their first time here. They're a combination of the Hayes and the Sparks from the past year. So the Sparks have been to the Milet Cup twice. The Hayes have not, but Hayes guys, Sparks guys, just they had a bunch of roster changes over there in DC, and they combined, and they're probably the best team we've seen come out of DC when in terms of, their high end players are fantastic. Their goalie is really, really good. They've got depth in every area. So this Armada team is great. Along with the other 14 teams in Tier 2, they're all really good. People try to whenever I go to games, they're like, hey, who do you think's going to win?
yeah.
I'm like, I really don't know.
It's
I have no idea.
impossible now.
Yeah, so especially with such a big bracket, one game elimination, anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year, the Sound didn't even win their division and won the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, Tier 2, it will be fun. 15 teams. And
One champion.
yeah. So, moving here to women. So, the past winners in women's 2022, we saw the Watatic Wild from Mass Women's beat the Steel City Snipes from Pittsburgh 1-0. And then last year, we saw the New England Nightmares, also from Massachusetts, beat the McKeesport Riddlers, also from Pittsburgh, 2-0. So back-to-back years of Mass Pittsburgh finals, back-to-back years of Massachusetts champions. And the Bay State Blaze are repping Massachusetts this year. And the Nightmares were probably the favorite going into the playoffs here. And the Blaze, came out, beat them 1-0 in the final, got their spot, and they're here to make it a three-peat for Massachusetts. It's
It's
a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure to keep it in Mass, and then you got DC and Jersey teams looking to get in there, get in the finals.
And the Riddlers, McKeesport Riddlers, back trying to not make it a three-peat of not winning in the finals 3 years in a row for Pittsburgh. They're trying to win, and the Riddlers are good. They most of the players, or a good amount of the players, have been here before. And last year they had a very dramatic tournament. They won that triple overtime game versus the Cavalry
That was
in the rain to get to the final. So they were exhausted. But, they've been here. They know what it takes.
Yeah.
And, they've probably got a little bit of, I don't know. They lost in the finals last year.
I've been thinking people talk about experience all the time, and any sport, you just hear about experience matters. But for a Milet Cup, NBHL championship weekend, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And to go through it once, it definitely will help you get through it the next time. So we'll see.
If they can get through the tournament last year in the monsoon that we had them play in, then they can get through anything.
And 3 overtimes. Yeah.
Yeah, monsoon and 3 overtimes. That's unreal.
The South Jersey Lucky Duckies representing, it's hard to say that.
Yeah, it's hard to say that.
to say it seriously.
Not to be confused with the South Jersey Lucky Ducks in our Tier 3 division.
I know.
Or
Very
Tier 2
close.
division.
Yeah, there's a
Non-affiliates, right?
that was a big ruling before the season if we could allow the Lucky Duckies and the Lucky Ducks. Went to arbitration, multiple attorneys, and we ended up settling and letting this team exist, and it worked out because now they are at the NBHL championships. Wearing their bright pink jerseys. They're looking to be the first Jersey women's team to make it to the finals. They obviously, the Cavalry were close last year. Lucky Duckies probably want to one-up them and make it there. So they've got a good team. They're very young. They're fast. And they've got some veterans too. They've got a nice mix for their
They'll
roster.
just need a little luck.
Ooh, wow, well played. And then the DC Darts. So they're a first-time team here. A very, very awesome logo. It's the frog. Frogs are sick. There should be more teams that are named after frogs in sports in general.
Are darts frogs?
Make a dart frog.
I don't know.
You don't know your amphibians? Come on.
Yeah.
TJ, we talked about this.
Reptiles.
You love
Amphibians.
reptiles.
I do love reptiles. I
So-
have a pet alligator.
Really?
No.
Oh. It's like, wow.
Well, this podcast doesn't get released till like Wednesday, so a lot could change in between then.
That is true.
We don't know what we're coming home
They
from
come
Buffalo
back
with.
from Buffalo.
They do have wild alligators
Yeah.
there. So
Oh my god.
yeah, the rink is overlooking water.
Yeah. I'll have to go fishing.
Yeah, just make sure you pack your fishing gear at
Yeah.
least. So yeah, DC darts. First time here. Last year, the Lady Bing Blossoms from DC, they only scored 1 goal. They won their game 1-0 that they had the goal in, but they're looking to be the first DC women's team to make the final. So the Darts and Lucky Duckies kind of on a similar page here, trying to make it to the final for the first time to take down Massachusetts.
Will we get a frog mascot though? Because I know the Daiquiris brought that like unicorn thing the one year.
they
So
did. It was awesome.
DC is known for mascots. Will we get one? I don't know.
If they don't have one by the time this comes out, you got like a day and a half to figure it out.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Honestly, like we'll order it.
Yeah.
We'll order it to the office. Like we'll take it here.
Yeah.
So Darts, if you're listening, please, mascot. But yeah, women's 4 teams, and should be fun. Hopefully, there's no triple OT rain games to lead into the finals.
Yeah.
But Tier 3. Now, this is our 3rd year of Tier 3, and the state of Carolina, of North Carolina specifically, because Carolina is not a state, is approaching dynasty status if they win this year, 3 in a row. I mean, 2022, we saw the Queen City Crowns from Carolina beat the Pottstown Mud Dogs 2-1. Last year, we saw the Raleigh Squall beat the Red River Rougarou 4-3 in overtime. So back-to-back Carolina winners, 2022 over a Pennsylvania team. Last year over the Red River Rougarou, who are based out of Louisiana, but are in the Texas Tier 3 division. So 18 teams. It is our biggest tournament ever.
Wow.
We had a lot of Tier 3 divisions this year, and we've got some familiar faces. We've got some new teams. We've got teams that came back after not being in the NBHL. It's a very interesting group of teams, but starting it off, the 2023 March Madness Logo champions. Was it last year they won? The Bay Area Burger Boys?
Was not
I
this year.
think it was-
Pigeons won this year, and we won the year before that, right? Or no,
we won
we're
the
2 years
Tortugas
ago.
won the first year.
I don't even know.
Burger Boys won.
Was Sauce one of them, right?
No, Sauce haven't won. It was the Meatballs. Meatballs.
I was
were
just gonna
the-
say,
yeah,
did the
Meatballs were
Meatballs-
second year. So Burger Boys were last year.
Because Meatballs didn't exist last year, right? Did
Yeah.
they just come back this
Then
year?
who won this year?
So
Pigeons
Oh yeah.
That's
New
right.
York City Pigeons.
Yep.
did not make it. Spoiler alert
Sadly.
for the rest of this podcast.
So, yeah, so logo's great. Team is also great. They lost to the Queen City Crowns in 2022 in the semifinals in overtime.
Yeah.
So they were close. Last year they didn't go as far, but they're a good squad. You know, flying out from the West Coast, we always appreciate those
guys,
West
yeah.
Coast teams. So I know they've again they've been here 3 times now. They know what it takes, and they just
They're hungry for more.
yeah. And then coming with them from the California division, the Sin City Biohazard from Vegas. They're filling in for the South Bay Cubs. They couldn't get their squad out here. This Biohazard team had the biggest turnaround of almost any team in the NBHL this year, because they were 2-8 last year. They completely restructured their roster. They finished in 3rd place in California. They went to the semifinals. They had a really, really impressive season. Like, I did not expect this from them.
Mhm.
So they're here. They had to tap into a couple free agents, I believe, to get a squad out here, but they're excited. Yeah, it'll be good to get another Nevada team, because they're friends across the pond in the desert, I guess. The Las Vegas Shiners. They've been here in the past, so. And then Carolina, Virginia Salty Crabs representing.
Yeah.
So
I keep seeing this name everywhere on Facebook.
Yeah, they're a
It's-
pretty big tournament team. They get around for a lot of these tournaments that are all over, East Coast and stuff. But
I mean, I know Chicklets Cup is the same weekend, and the Hale brothers who run this team, obviously they're coming to this. They're not going to the Chicklets Cup, but they have somewhere between like 3 and 7 teams in that tournament. Like, there's a lot of them.
Jesus.
Like, it's ridiculous. So they can be the 3rd straight team from Carolina to win Tier 3. They're not technically from Carolina, but they're from that division. So
yeah.
they want to represent, they want to win it, and they've got a really strong team. And They've won a ton of tournaments all over
Yeah.
before.
Football, hockey world.
The Salty Crabs. And joining them from Florida is the Tampa Bay Thunder. This is their third year in the NBHL. First time at the tournament. They went 9-1 in the hybrid Florida Tier 2-3 division. They beat some Tier 2 teams last year. They're coming with a short roster, but they've got a very strong team regardless, and they'll be fun. They'll definitely be a fun team to have around. And again, we've got the Mutiny and them are rivals. I'm sure they'll be watching each other. So the Thunder repping Florida Tier 3, and a former Florida team, the Atlanta Dirty Birds, played in Florida Tier 2 in 2022. Did not play in the NBHL last year. And then this year they came back as a slightly different looking team in Tier 3. They went 10-0 in that Georgia Tier 3. They allowed 1 goal all season. So they did pretty good. And, they haven't had a tight game yet, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that. But they've got a very strong team, a lot of skill, and when they came back, when they were here in 2022, they lost, I think, relatively early in the playoffs. I want to say like the first round.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. Then our Columbus Counts are back. Second straight undefeated season, Indiana Tier 3. They lost in the semifinals to the Rougarou last year. And we'll also be playing at the Heat Wave tournament that we were hosting.
With Nasher, yep.
Yep.
Not a big deal.
With Nasher. So, hooray. That'll be fun.
Yep.
But, the Counts.
They're back, yeah.
Yeah, they're
nice
back.
Jerseys.
Yes. Very nice jerseys. Nice logo.
Nice guys, yep. They were first time last year, so good to see them again. Rep in Ohio. Maybe Nasher will be on the team next year. Who knows? Maybe he brings a cup back to Columbus. Or they bring a cup back to Columbus, and then Columbus becomes a ball hockey city.
Wow.
You never know.
Would be cool.
Yeah.
Suffolk Super Gremlins representing Long Island Tier 3, the first team to represent Long Island Tier 3. I mean, Long Island in Tier 2 has been, every Long Island team that's come to the tournament has been a team where you're like, yeah, this team can win it. So I'm assuming we'll have a similarly high expectation for the Tier 3 team here.
Yeah.
They're good. And they have a great team name. Super Gremlins?
I was going to say,
Yeah,
I don't
regular
like it.
Gremlins wasn't enough for them.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
Whoa. Elaborate.
I don't know. It's too long. It's a tongue twister a little bit.
Wow. All right.
Suffolk Super Gremlins. Say it
You
3
nailed-
times
you nailed it.
fast.
Try it. Do it 3 times fast. Let's hear
I don't
it.
want to do it for the podcast. I'm nervous.
It's a lot of pressure.
I'm going to say a bad word multiple times. All right.
Okay, so Maryland Tier 3, Savage Ogopogos are coming back to the Milet Cup. They were here last year, but they're the first ever last place team to qualify for the tournament. They went 3-7 this year, went on a little bit of a run in the playoffs, and they're back for round 2. They show up when it matters.
Wow.
They changed their logo this year. It's a much meaner looking dragon.
It's an Ogopogo.
I'm sorry.
Come on. It's right there in the name.
Yes, I apologize to the Ogopogo community. I did not mean to say what I just said. But the Ogopogos, they're back. And they had an early exit last year, so I don't think they liked the rain.
It's funny. I'm like trying to remember watching these teams play that played last year, and it was just like pouring all day, every day of the tournament. So like we were inside like here and there sometimes, and I feel like I missed some games that I, would have wanted to definitely watch. So looking forward to hopefully getting to watch all the games.
Yeah. I how many ponchos do you think you used last year?
How many ponchos? Oh
Ponchos.
yeah, several. 7?
I think I was a one poncho guy. I kept using my same poncho.
Yeah, maybe like 3.
You don't wash your poncho?
My
overnight?
lucky poncho.
Did you wash it overnight?
No, absolutely not.
Uh.
That gets all the luck out of it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And you saw how good luck we had with the weather last year. I wouldn't want to miss out on that. I still got it too. Hopefully I don't have to bring it out.
Please throw it out. Get rid of that thing. So the Gansett Lobsters. So they studied abroad last year in California, learned some more ball hockey stuff. Then they came back to Rhode Island, played New England Tier 3, and won. So they must have learned a lot.
Yeah,
The
they brought
school
some
of Chet
Cali
Johnson.
style. Yeah, school of Chet Johnson.
Yeah. So They were in the finals in 2022 when they played in the New England division. They lost to the Chargers, who won it all. So this Lobsters team is very strong. Yeah, not
But,
a
like,
lot. Not a lot to say.
Not-
about them,
not a
really.
lot to say.
Probably like no shot of them winning, right?
If there's one team, right?
Yeah, no chance. I just haven't. They haven't made fun of me yet on social media. I feel left out.
You're trying to bait
Yeah,
them
they
into
actually
Yeah.
are. They've
I
been a little underwhelming this year.
I think one podcast I did like call them out on something, and then that was the one that we lost and didn't put out.
Oh, that's right.
So-
the lost episode.
I
Yeah.
really feel like I missed out, so I just had to take my shot here.
So there it is, Jake. The or Casto, whoever's doing it.
Yeah,
on
TJ,
social
it's your
media.
turn next time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell them straight up. Social media hasn't been as good this year, and like we're doing social media awards this year, so bad year to take off.
Are we?
I don't know.
See, I didn't know about that.
We're doing singular
might.
award where social media going to the lobsters.
Yeah,
So, North Jersey Tier 3, first year we've had this division. North Jersey Pirates won it all. Undefeated season. They had some guys that played in the North Jersey Tier 2 last year that dropped down, so they're a strong team. And I mean, I'm excited to see them play. They've, the logo, I'm not crazy about their team logo. I know this isn't a logo discussion here, but
I
it's,
agree.
It's a pirate driving a boat.
Yep. Usually
With
they-
American flag in the background. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, they didn't do well in the March Madness competition. I'm sure they'll do better here. Well, they've
Yeah.
already done better in their season. So, Pirates. And then Seattle Cold Snacks, my former squad.
Yeah.
4 straight division win. A dynasty, maybe?
I don't know.
4 in a row. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
argue.
I feel like you got to win the ship.
They're a
big
Pacific Northwest of the U.S. dynasty.
Sure, fair. That's fair.
But Mila Cup, NBHL championships, they have been here. This is the third time. They couldn't make it in 2022 due to, I don't know.
You're the insider.
I have right here due to a ridiculous reason. I was going to make something up, but then I forgot to make it up. So they just couldn't come in 2022, I guess. But last year they lost in the quarterfinals, coming back with a pretty similar looking team, and excited to see them.
Are we going to see Will?
No,
No?
no,
Damn. That's
No.
tough.
no will. Delco Devils, second straight year winning Philly Tier 3. They lost to the Rougarou in the quarterfinals last year. Last year in Philly, they were, I think, the number 2 or 3 seed going into the finals against the number 1 seed, which was the Jersey Dinos. This year, they went in the final as the 1 seed and took care of business. So they're coming back, ready to go. Very strong team, as they always are. Their runner-up is the Jersey Shore Sharks. They started off in South Jersey Tier 2. We're a non-playoff team in South Jersey Tier 2. Went to Philly Tier 3. Have fared decently well, but never been in the finals, obviously. And this year they pretty much worked their way up the ladder throughout the year and lost in the finals, but they'll be a fun team to have around. Their captain, Safi, came to Scotland with us, was an elite presence there, just a superstar. And I'm sure he'll be a superstar at the NBHL championships too. And other divisions, so Jersey and Pittsburgh, Tier 3s, it's both of these divisions' first time coming to the NBHL championships or existing. Pittsburgh, we saw the Mon Valley Mallards win it, and Jersey, we saw the South Jersey Vipers do it. Both have a pretty similar story where they were first placed in regular season and, won the way that they should have and finished out on top.
So interesting story with the Vipers was they had a 3-way tie at 9-1 with 2 other teams, and they ended up getting that first seed by goal differential.
Right. Yeah, they're a strong team. They've got some players. The Mallards, the same thing. They have the one kid on their team. I believe his name's Tate Donovan, who just tore up Pittsburgh Tier 3 this year. So it'll be fun to watch. The runner-up in Jersey was the Jersey Dinos, who have now been runner-up in 2 straight years in 2 different divisions. Last year, Philly Tier 3. This year, South Jersey Tier 3. They went 5-5. They finished as, I believe, the 6th seed. Yeah, the 6th seed.
Yeah, 6 seed.
And, pulled off some big wins. And
Some momentum to ride.
Now they're here. They're back. And the runner-up from Pittsburgh, the Rowan Ragnarok, they came in second, finished third in the regular season. Gave the Mallards a big, a strong run in the finals, but came in second place. So we'll see. Pittsburgh always has strong showings at these tournaments, so we're expecting big things. And saving last, certainly not least, the runner-up from last year, the Red River Rougarou, won Texas Tier 3 after having their least wins in a regular season so far. They went 6-4. They lost in Tier 3 finals last year. They scored with less than a minute left to tie it at 3-3, went to overtime, and lost in OT. It was a heartbreaker. But these Louisiana guys, they can play.
Shreveport.
They can play.
Yeah. What is it, Lodato? Is that their stud?
Yeah, Josh Lodato.
Yeah, Josh Lodato. I remember he was lighting up the stats.
Yeah, and Colby Stewart was their MVP this year. He had like a ridiculous amount of goals this year.
See, Colby Stewart, 21 points, 17 goals. And Lodato had 17 points and 6 goals.
Is that just regular season? Or is that regular season and playoffs?
Just regular.
Oh my God.
21 goals or points from Colby Stewart. Yeah.
Over 2 points per game is crazy.
So Tier 2, 15 teams. Women's Tier, 4 teams. Tier 3, 18 teams. So we've got 37 teams competing. It's going to be crazy. We're just hoping this weather holds off. And we're at a new facility this year. We're at the Gloucester rinks, the Marge Martin Sports Complex. If you go to Marlton, it's about a half-hour drive. So, get to your games a half hour early, I guess, so you can account for going to the wrong rink if you do. But off-site is West Deptford. It's a really, really nice facility. They just got some deck surface there, 2 really big rinks. So, it's going to be fun. Any predictions you want to make, boys?
I'm going to predict there's going to be a light drizzle on Friday, and that's it.
I don't like that prediction.
You gotta leave a little bit of gloom in there. You can't have it perfect. So I'm gonna take it all out on Friday.
Okay, let's just hope that is what happens, because
I think my prediction is that women's tier champion will not be in Massachusetts.
Whoa, wow,
75% chance.
Yep, it's gonna go to a different team this year.
Wow, that's a bold
or
one.
Different division.
Well, I'm not going to make a prediction.
Yeah.
Wow, you're going to make us make predictions, then don't make one yourself?
I just want to see what you guys had to say. Just wanted to hear what you guys had to think.
No, I predict it'll be a great weekend. It should be fun. Hopefully the weather holds out. And
I'm going to make a prediction. Hardest shot, 110. Hardest shot competition. 111. Well, I guess the hardest one is our...
What did we do what was it, Elite?
At Elite...
I hit like 100 something, which was like not right, I feel like, for me, but I don't know.
It was in kilometers an hour. That's why.
Okay.
But
like, I'm like, if I can hit 100, like the biggest guy's got to be able to hit like,
they were
probably around what you're saying. Yeah,
they were hitting
110
like 115 at the crossover weekend, right?
111 was the highest crossover.
Okay.
All right, let's say 115 hardest shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
people are going to be amped up.
Shout out Call of Duty Zombies, people.
Wait, what is that reference?
115. It's a Call of Duty Zombies reference.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea.
The 3 people here who played Call of Duty Zombies back in 2016 are going to love that.
I used to play zombies, but I don't know your reference. Damn.
Dude, Element 115, come on.
No.
This not sponsored by Call of Duty, by the way, but
If you're listening,
which
Call of
Call of
Duty.
yeah, if you're
Duty.
listening, we're open for it.
Activision, if you want to buy us out and sponsor us and do all those things, you're more than welcome.
They get the Anthony, Gianni, and TJ skins, and
Yeah, we need to
Call of Duty, next version of Call of
build
Duty.
us a ball hockey game too.
You're like, who the hell are these guys?
No idea.
People would be returning the game.
Yeah. All right.
But all right, well, I think that about covers everything. When you get to the rings, feel free to yell at us about what we said about your team. I'm sure, we said things that are either wrong or not nice that you did not like, but that's okay. Let us know. And at the rink too, so we'll have NBHL Championships hoodies, t-shirts. We'll have just like NBHL t-shirts that Gianni's wearing right now.
Love that shirt.
Yeah, support the brand.
And we'll also have like these mystery bags that'll have, basically we had like a whole bunch of just like overstocked jerseys and shorts that we put in these bags, and you can get 2 bags for $15, a shirt and a short, and you get what you get. You don't know what you're going to get, but there's some really cool stuff in there.
Could be a t-shirt with my face on it.
There is one. Is there one of those?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
For
Well,
that
yeah.
one like campaign we did like 2 years ago with me. You remember?
No.
And in one
Maybe you
special
weren't involved.
in one special bag, there's a golden ticket for a tour of the NBHL office.
That would actually be sick. All expenses covered. They just come here.
Yeah, we'll pay for your gas from the rink to the office.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be selling that. And then what's the other thing? Oh, and we'll have past Mile Cup
Retro
shirts.
merch.
Yeah,
Retro
We're
merch.
calling it retro, but it's just like the past 3 years Mile Cup shirts. We have some left over. So that's about it.
All right.
Any questions?
I guess one thing we haven't mentioned is we're gonna have a bunch of food trucks and vendors and everything there too.
Yeah.
For people that are gonna be at the rink, we're gonna have reasons for you to want to stay and watch. We don't want you leaving to go to Wawa or something to get a hoagie. Stay here, eat our food trucks, delicious food.
Yeah, we got smoothies. We'll have like American style, like bar food. We'll have a Mexican food truck. So we'll have some good stuff there.
Hell yeah.
And I believe that's it. So
Yeah. Thanks for watching. You know where to find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Commish Chat. You can just look it up, and we'll see you next time after all the championships commence.